Talking Sex Live is recorded in front of a live audience. This show is for mature listeners only. Hello, you're Talking Sex Live with Chet and Diane. I'm Diane.
And I am Chet, and we are unlicensed sex therapists, just sharing our knowledge with the world about sex positivity and relationship and sexual health. We haven't gone to any type of schooling for this. We're just a couple who's had a whole lot of sex, and we just like to educate others with our knowledge. And we are joined by our awesome producer tonight, Wells. How are you doing tonight, Wells?
Hi everyone. I'm very well. How are you?
We're doing great actually. Before the show, we go through a little bit of a process, just getting ourselves ready and stuff. And Diane, she's a big fan of coconut oil, and it keeps her super young and super glowing and amazing. And so she basically lubed herself up and was super hot, and of course we ended up boning in the shower while she was washing it off, but that's part of our pre-show routine. We are also joined by our sex expert, our gay relationship expert, my good friend Richard Colby. How are you doing tonight, Dick?
I'm doing well. How's everybody else doing?
All right, you're living it up on it. I know it's a beautiful day, the last day of April. You're outside in your backyard with the looks like everyone's going to be sitting on the ground. Is that what it is?
I rented a park.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, I'm studying I'm still studying the sex lives of college students at UCLA. And I thought, why don't I do something nice for them? Throw a party. Also, it's you can see behind me a little bit. It's comfortable and a little close. So I'm hoping maybe something will happen.
A little orgy there.
Or just just a couple. Just somebody that you fancy might be able to.
I don't know why my mind went with orgy. For some reason.
You saw the whole setup there with there. It looks like, so for those on podcast. Because we are streaming right now live to Twitch and also recording for YouTube and podcasts. For those listening to podcasts, Dick Colby, it looks like it's a nice grassy area with some lights set up, very intimate, and it looks like some, what are those, soap crate boxes with some wood on top of it, all with nice place settings and some pillows to sit on.
Yep. Very Hawaiian. Tropical, outdoorsy, and then a little bit intimate.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm nudging them in a certain, because I'm still doing my research.
That's all right. I mean, you got the pillows there. It's already set up. I've only sat down for a meal like on the ground like that once. I went to Little Ethiopia off of La Cienega Boulevard there in Los Angeles and had some Ethiopian food, and they sit on pillows like that while around a table, and it was really good. No sex went on, of course. It was in public, but I can imagine if I set that up with Diane and I on sitting on pillows on the floor, we definitely would start boning.
Not in public.
Not in public. No, just between us. So we should do that sometime. That would be quite fun. But good luck with that.
Do it in a park.
Oh yeah, we've had sex in parks before.
Yeah,
away
from people.
We're not really into dogging. That's not our thing. Some people are. It is illegal, so you got to be careful about the police coming. But if for those who don't know, dogging is having sex in public so that other people can see you. But again, it's something that is illegal, and I don't recommend it. But there are ways to try and do this so that it is legal. Like if you rent a space out where there's nobody else around and then have emissions. But that's kind of the whole thrill of dogging is the thrill of getting caught. So I don't know.
It's for other
yeah. So
people.
But good luck, man. Hopefully nobody is around. I mean, is a park near UCLA there?
Yeah, I don't know the name of it. I just kind of I think it might be a country club.
Oh,
Just
It's at
jumped
night.
onto the Fairfax Country Club there. Why not? Bel Air.
seems like they'd have some kinky stuff going on
Yeah,
late at
of
night.
course. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we are gonna do another segment of sex news. This time we're gonna run a little bit differently. So we're gonna pull up our graphic there of sex news. And yes, if you are watching on YouTube or on Twitch right now, that is a font of all naked people spelling out sex news, and I really like that. It was a happy time for me. It's not very big, but if you are watching or listening on podcasts, if you want to see the pictures, we will post them on our Twitter account and Instagram account. If you want to go ahead and look at this, they're just normal pictures, nothing too fun. But first up, we are going to talk about on sex news. It is a fictosexual man married a hologram bride, but now struggles to bond with her. So apparently in Japan, Akiko Kondo, age 38, it was dating a anime type character named Hatsune Miku. Is depicted as a pop culture 16-year-old with turquoise hair, and they were dating for about a decade unofficially until their wedding ceremony in 2018, where he actually married just basically like a doll. And for those who don't know, a fictosexual is someone who's sexually attracted to fictional characters, and he spent about $17,000 on this wedding. So what happened is he ended up actually buying a device called a gate box in Japan, where it could display uh, holographic images of a character, and then that character could interact with you through the algorithm, and it would actually like talk back to you and say things, and you can develop a relationship. So he actually married this gate box. And but what happened was that the gatebox software was eliminated, and so it didn't update. So now it doesn't speak to him anymore, and he just has just dolls and this holographic image that doesn't really talk back to him now. And now
Still cheaper than a divorce.
it is much cheaper than a divorce. So, what are your thoughts on this, guys?
I think Japan's working through some things sexually. I think Japan might be better off if people were just more open with their sexuality and had more sex.
Yeah, it is different over there just because of it's cultural. We were watching some documentaries on
Yeah.
Japan and sex that they don't even like say I love you in public. They don't do any type of public display of affection, and so you kind of get these niche cultures where they start to like really express themselves because they're so closeted with things.
Right? The word for I love you in Japanese, aishiteru, it's actually like super serious. It means more than I love you. It means like I love you. I'm totally devoted to you and passionate about you. You're the one for me. So they so rarely say it to one another. Yeah.
Huh.
It is just a very different culture around dating and sexuality than America.
Yeah.
I just was thinking that I got really mad when PlayStation 3 was discontinued, and like all those games I wanted to play I couldn't play anymore. I can't even imagine if like I married it.
Yeah. Actually devoted your life to PlayStation and then it just stopped talking. Yeah.
Also, did anyone notice that her last name is Kondo, like Marie Kondo kind of thing?
Yeah.
So it kind of took that eliminate waste to an extreme, and just like eliminated people and really shrank down what was necessary. Needed love, not people.
Yeah.
Plus, why is she 16?
Yeah, that's the part that I was a little creeped
Like,
out
what?
about. I mean,
I
it
don't
is all fictional. It's
It
just a
is,
drawing, but like, why does it have to be
16?
young? I was like, come on, let's just at least make it. It was like, all right, he's been
Do
with
they
her
have
for
a
10
different
years.
age of consent in Japan?
Maybe.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
like,
a good question, Wells.
yeah, I
Let's
don't.
look at
You're
that.
yeah, you take a look at that one. I don't know about that. So, but
13.
13 for the age of consent in Japan. Wow.
Nationally, and then many prefectures have a local corruption of minors or obscenity statutes, raising the de facto age to anywhere from 16 to 18,
All right.
unless they are in a quote sincere romantic relationship, end quote, usually determined by parental consent.
Ah, wow. Okay.
I didn't know that.
That is,
Well,
I
then
guess
I
it's
guess
different culture.
it's all good.
Yeah.
I guess that's what that means.
So if you're watching the Twitch feed and also the YouTube feed, so that this is his real life doll that he has of Miku, and so I guess I don't know if he does sexual acts with this doll at all, if it's a sex doll, but I mean I don't know. It says I guess he was bullied after he started dating this thing in 2008 at work, and so he would just go home and start actually being with her. But some other things that I found, fictosexual, this is something that I never heard of until I actually read this article, but there's also cardosexuals, which is people who are attracted to cartoons or comic book characters, or gamosexuals, of someone who's turned on by video game characters. There's also in sexuals, who are someone who's only turned on by actually like live action TV shows or movie characters. So if you're someone who likes to watch Talking Sex Live and you are fantasizing over Diane right now, you might,
Chet.
or me,
or
could
Wells,
be me, or Wells, or
Richard.
Dick. You could be in sexual. And if you're listening to the podcast right now, a magisexual is someone who has a crush on creations that have never been visualized, such as a book or a podcast character. So if you just like Diane's voice and you're visualizing how hot she is, you might be a magisexual. But any final thoughts on this before we move on, guys? Nope. All right, we'll just move on. Not a big deal. All right.
Well, I have thoughts. They're just not coming out.
No, it's all right. So we got next up, a man with 9 wives in Brazil has a sex schedule to fulfill his sexuality at any cost. So do you want to take this there, Diane?
Oh, you can do. I don't know.
Okay, so it's all right. So there's a guy who's a model and a swinger. His name is Arthur O. Urso in Sao Paulo, Brazil. He is he's a swinger and a model, and he had a wife that he had one wife, but then as a protest against monogamy, he decided to marry 8 other women. And so he was finding that keeping their sexual needs satisfied was a challenge, so he made a sex schedule with them to have sex with each one of them on some type of rata, as he called it, so that he could satisfy each one of their needs. I don't know. I feel like they would be satisfying each other's needs. What do you think, Diane?
Well, if I was in that situation, I wouldn't need him.
Yeah, I just with 9 women all together there,
But I don't know what their sexual orientation is. I don't know if they're
maybe they're not bi.
bisexual or just straight. So.
Yeah, I mean, with some of these pictures, they kind of seem like they are not completely heterosexual. They might be fine with teaming up with other women.
So a wedding picture of everybody kissing each other on the lips.
Yeah. I think they would be okay with just satisfying each other.
Then why not have a weekly orgy or something?
Yeah, it seems kind of strange to me that this is a schedule. He did go on to say that the sex schedule, it kind of made the sex not passionate, and so it wouldn't be for pleasure. He was just having sex for schedule, and so they went back to kind of just doing it in the moment, which
It's never fun to have sex with a partner when they're trying to pressure you.
Yeah, or if just being like, hey, it's 8:00, let's have sex, and you're just like, well, I'm not in the mood. So, I mean, you got to respect other people, even if there is some type of schedule for that. But I
wonder what that's like if you're one of the wives and so you gone off schedule. Like when you have a schedule and you're a wife, then you can count on that. And like, I'm not going to go into this room at this hour of the day because the calendar says it's off. It's like when I put the hanger on the door. But when they kind of like do it whenever, you could just be like walking in the room with a casserole and then all of a sudden they just people are just having sex in front of you. Like how do you prepare for something like
I
that?
don't know. It seems like it's just
I
there's
would
sex
think
everywhere.
if you're okay with them marrying 9 other people, that you'd be somewhat okay with.
Yeah, and they say that they're polyamorous and that they are, they think of themselves as polygamous, so I think they're okay with having sex with other people. But I guess trying to just do normal things, just like, well, I've got to do the laundry and now I have to do the laundry again because someone's having sex on my laundry pile. So, but
Yeah, and that's what I would do, especially fresh laundry.
yeah.
My God, I would have sex on that.
Yeah, it's super warm and it smells good and it's soft. I like that's something we got to put on the list.
No, I don't want to do the
Yeah,
laundry twice.
yeah. So Diane,
Oh my God, that
I
makes me
don't want to do
wonder.
the laundry
Yeah.
twice. I do the
No.
My
laundry.
roommate
Yeah.
Jamie always offers to pick up my laundry from the laundry room. I got to look
Yeah.
into this.
Yeah, and just start having sex on his laundry. It's like not your laundry. You don't have to worry about washing it again. You just go ahead and have sex on someone else's laundry. That makes sense. Wells, you're a little quiet on this one. What do you think?
I have two thoughts. One
Mm-hmm.
is a question. It didn't specify in the article what the schedule was, whether it
Mm-hmm.
was every day he had sex with all 9,
Mm-hmm.
once a week he went through all 9,
Mm-hmm.
whether it was once every 3 days. So that was my quandary.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that I thought was the woman who left the group.
Yeah, there's one woman
Um,
who left. She just
there were
couldn't put up
some
with it. Yeah.
quotes about that where I believe something along the lines of all the other women agreed, quote, that she was wrong, end quote, or that she had the wrong attitude.
Uh,
And I just think it's interesting. It's like if you they said she was just in it for the adventure, and I'm like, that doesn't sound like someone who's just in it for adventure. It seems like she wanted monogamy, and
mhm.
that should be respected in the same way that your polygamy is respected. But
Exactly.
that's
Yeah.
just me.
Yeah. So I don't. I think with your schedule question, I think he would just kind of. If it was me, I'm very analytical. I think it would just be more that you have to like rotate throughout women, and so maybe he can have sex 3 to 4 times a day, and maybe it would be 3 or 4 women a day. Maybe it's 3 times a
That's what I
day.
was thinking.
Yeah,
3 times
and
a day.
three
That's
times a
about what
day.
I can handle. Because like my maximum is in one day of having an orgasm is 8.
Yeah, no,
8
I'm
orgasms
5.
one day, and then I
I
got
haven't
6 in
done
my
8.
stomach.
I
You've
haven't
done
done 8.
6, babe.
I've done 6? I
Yeah.
guess I did 6. Okay, sorry. I lost track. But if you're having sex 3 times a day, every single day, and you just rotate through those 9 women, and so that yeah, I think you're having each woman's having sex every 3 days. I think that's okay, and then they can go ahead and have sex with each other without having any type of.
It depends on each person's
It does.
libido.
It does. Maybe some women are just like, yeah, I only have sex twice a week, and then you're like, well, now I have
Or
to do
once a
some.
month. I mean,
some
everybody's different.
Yeah, have to do some high level math there. But we're gonna move on here to our next topic here in sex news. It is about the female orgasm. So, new research shows that the female orgasm may have evolved as a mate selection tool. And I also think that new research also shows that male orgasms have evolved as a mate deselection tool. Because if you've ever heard a male orgasm, they're not exactly as hot as a female orgasm. They're just like, and that's it.
I don't know.
You
Speak
don't
for
know?
yourself.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry, Dick. Do you find male orgasms hot?
The
Sorry.
sound of the male orgasm is hot. I can understand being disappointed that the male orgasm is a deselection tool, because I think that's a true statement.
Yeah.
But in the moment, no offense, I don't necessarily find female orgasms hot, but that's just me.
It's all
Yeah,
good.
well, you're gay, right? Or I don't know. I find
Usually.
female orgasms incredibly hot.
So do I.
Yeah. What about you, Wells? Do you like the female orgasm, or you're just like meh?
Well, sure, I like the female orgasm. It's nice to hear them start to pant and their voice start to go up. It's a nice thing. I also of course, I've looked into research on this before, and I always just wondered, like, why couldn't the female orgasm have evolved so that women would want to have sex more, so that it'd be easier to reproduce? That, to me, that's the simplest explanation, and it's probably the right one.
Well, I think that they're saying that there's some debate that females there's no there's no need for them to orgasm because a man, if he orgasms, he ejaculates, but a woman, I mean, they can be impregnated whether or not they orgasm or not. And I of course think that's bullshit. I do think it's very important that a female orgasms. It makes me feel good. But the article is saying that a woman who orgasms by a male partner, that they feel a emotional attraction and attachment to them, so that they're likely to have a longer relationship. And so,
Well, what this means though, if the female orgasm is a partner selecting device, that means for us gay men, we have no criteria by which we can select a partner.
yeah, but I mean, do you
And that
feel?
checks out so far.
But do you feel like it's I mean, do you feel better if your partner ejaculates or orgasms when you're having sex with them, or is it just like it's all about me and you don't care about him?
No, I care about him. I get more concerned when he doesn't have an orgasm and I'm
Hmm.
trying to make it occur. And that'll
Mm,
happen too, right?
yeah.
I know that women will sometimes fake it because no one can look and go, yes, orgasm occurred. With
Mm,
men, there's this
yeah.
evidentiary
Oh yeah,
trail.
it's huge. Yeah. Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
just fake an orgasm. So, I mean, if you're wearing a condom and you have a little bit of pre-jack in there, you can just be like, oh yeah, I came before I did this, and then look at all this little bit of that's all I have in me. You could pull that off, uh, but going back to this article, there is
You
some
can
good.
fake it.
You can fake it. Have you
Hmm.
faked an orgasm before, Wells?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
just for the
yeah.
yeah.
sake of experimentation. Yeah,
just
Hmm.
I don't know. It's kind of
they
like
buy it.
for men, it's like it is the goal when you're having sex is to like I
You,
have to come. What?
do you fake a yawn too afterwards, Wells?
Yeah, because I
Yeah,
always yawn and
I
fall
fake a
asleep
lot of
afterwards. So
things.
yeah, I,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, there is one high note on this is that some females who are so I will read this quote from the person who read who did the research said the knowledge that variability in female orgasm may be evolutionary by design, but rather than being evidence of dysfunction, this may provide some solace to women who are struggling with their sexual satisfaction. So, if you're a female out there who can't orgasm that easily, just keep in mind it's not your fault. It's never your fault. You just have to I don't know Diane, I'm sorry. You're the only female here, and we're talking about female orgasms. What kind of what's your whole thought on all this?
I agree. I mean, I'd experiment, masturbate
Yeah, yeah.
first.
Try to
Give
figure
yourself
that
an
out.
orgasm.
Yeah, and I mean, every woman orgasms differently. It
Mm-hmm.
might be just quick, or I mean, I was with a woman who sounded like a hurt dog when she would orgasm, like, and and she also orgasmed really quickly. Like I was barely like kissing her legs when she started to orgasm, and I was like, "Are you okay?" Like I thought I hurt her or something like that, and she's like, "No, no, that's just I get done really quick." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Was
Well,
that in college?
yes, it was. Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there were times where I was like, because like, when did you get a pet? I
Nope,
remember,
I can't have pets in the
okay.
dorms. Remember that, Dick?
Yeah. Yeah. I thought you were just playing hide the dog.
Nope, no, it was a woman who was
Oh.
over. Well, that is it for sex news, everybody. So, that was fun. Wells, who do we have calling in on the old switchboard right now?
We have Chloe. She's
Mm-hmm.
been chatting to a gentleman caller online,
Mm-hmm.
and she's a little concerned about moving forward because she hasn't quite been honest with him.
Chloe, you're talking sex live with Chet and
Hi,
Diane.
yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, hi guys, it's Chloe.
Hey.
Thanks so much for taking my call.
No problem. So are you? So I guess you've been some internet dating. Is that correct?
Okay,
Or
well
just chatting?
it wasn't yeah, like it was he just came up as like, people you might know on Facebook, and I didn't know him, but he was just really handsome. So I sent him a friend request and he accepted the request, and oh my God, sorry, I'm just really nervous.
It's all right.
But
Don't
I'm glad
worry
I'm
about
talking
it.
to you guys, because you guys, I think, will be able to help calm me down, because you guys are so chill, and I love that. Okay, so I really like this guy. I slipped into his messages or whatever, and we started talking, and we just had so much in common. And like, I really think that like this could be my person,
Okay.
like
Do you have a
my
connection with
person, and
him?
I would be his person totally. And so we've been chatting for like 5 months, and he's asked to meet a couple times, and I'm kind of backed off, but like finally I'm like ready, and we're supposed to have brunch tomorrow at 11, and I am freaking out.
Okay.
Freaking out.
Why are you freaking out? What's why? I mean, are you excited to? Are you just freaking out because you're excited, or is there something else going on?
I mean, it's kind of all of it. Like, yes, I am so excited. Like, all I want to do is wrap my arms around him. But I'm not exactly like, I am exactly the person he was talking to, because like everything we wrote back and forth was totally me. But like the look of who I am is not who the pictures are of.
Got it. So you were catfishing him, basically.
But I mean, like, catfishing makes it sound like I wanted something, but like I didn't want money. I just wanted love. I just wanted connection,
Yeah. Well,
so that's not a catfish. That's
well,
just
what's
like
so different about your
person.
pictures? What's so different about your pictures and different about like what you were like who you really are?
Well, I mean, like, look, I'm not like gross, but
Okay.
I'm not like a great looking person.
You sound lovely.
And well, thank you, but it's like I've always had really pretty friends, and so that always made me. Anyway, so like the picture of the person that I put up is like good looking. Like I would say that we both have brown hair and we both have green eyes, but like aside from that, like they're very like good looking, and I'm just like, like it doesn't hurt your face to look at me, but I'm not like anything.
Okay. Well, I mean, is it like a specific is it like Julia Roberts? Or I guess they don't have, Julia Roberts doesn't have brown hair and green eyes.
No, I mean, but they would know that it was Julia Roberts.
It's true. It is true.
So like, I'm just really worried that when he sees me, like, he's just so great, and like I'm just worried that he's not gonna feel the same way, because like everything I wrote to him was true.
Yeah, that is true.
We both like the same music. We both love hiking. We just have so much in common.
Yeah, I mean, I did online dating for a while. Wells still does online dating. I don't know about Richard Colby here. He's also our gay sex relationship expert.
They call them dating apps.
Yeah,
but I think dating's a misnomer.
Yeah. So have you guys been catfished before? I have been catfished, but not so much somebody who's completely different. It's just an older picture where now they don't look anything like it. Now, with catfishing, well, at least in my experiences, they were always just a little bit bigger than what they were, and it's not a big deal. I still was nice, and we had a fun time. But what about you guys?
I still get catfished.
I have.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
I get random text messages of naked women.
Oh,
like, I don't know this person.
And it's asking you to go on a date with them?
Come on over. It's
yeah.
like, no, I don't know you.
Yeah, that seems like a scammer. Sorry, what was going on there, Wells?
Well, I've never been like manti-teoed.
I don't know what that is. What's that term?
Oh, he was a linebacker at the University of Notre Dame, and he had this inspirational story where he had this girlfriend and she died, and that ended up being totally fake because he was being catfished and it wasn't a real person.
Totally forgot about that. That is right.
So, ABC and ESPN doing all of these inspirational montages, and meanwhile the whole thing is fake. So that has obviously never happened to me, but I have had some people where it's like they look nothing like their pictures.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's disappointing.
Oh, well, that's gonna go ahead and hit Chloe right in the heart there. So, but I mean, what?
Well, so you guys, when I show up, do you think that
Mhm.
do you think he can accept me for the way I look?
Well, I mean, why
And,
why are
that I'm
you?
just different?
I have to figure out what you are actually self-conscious about. I mean, we're all self-conscious about stuff. I mean, I'm getting older, so I have wrinkles in my face that I'm self-conscious about. I'm starting to
You
my
guys are
metabolism
great. You
rate's
guys are
not
good.
exactly where it used to be, so I put on pounds easier. But what are you so self-conscious about?
Well, okay. So he's gay,
Okay.
and he thinks I'm a man.
Oh,
Oh, well,
that's
that could be a deal breaker
that's a
there.
little different. Okay. So
But
do you,
why? I'm the same person he's been talking to.
got it. Well, I mean, people like who they like, and if you're not a certain sexuality, I mean, I guess let's just go right to Dick here. Dick, if you
Yeah, that's a
got
good
into
question.
a really good online kind of you felt like you really had a connection with somebody who posed as a man and it ended up not being a man, what would you do?
Wow. What would I do? Well, I would complete the date. I
Yeah.
might not consummate the date, but I would
Consummate the
want
date.
to know what's going on with the person. I mean, part of me is thinking for Chloe that if you're lucky, this person isn't who they say they are either, and then you
Exactly.
have that in common,
Mm-hmm.
right? You can share on that. I think it's worth meeting them just to find out that if they are who they say they are.
Mm-hmm.
But if I were on a date and someone, in this case, we're saying I went on a date with a man and it turned out to be a woman. That's what we're saying. The equivalent situation.
Yeah. What would happen if
Mhm.
if you showed
Yeah.
up and there's Chloe there?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I'd be gentlemanly,
Mm-hmm.
but I have to be honest. Like, I'm not looking to date a woman, but
Mm-hmm.
hey, maybe they'd be a cool person,
Mm-hmm.
right? Maybe all those things we
But
have in
I'm
common will still be true.
and they are. I mean, love is love, right?
It is true, but like I mean, men they're attracted to a certain type of sexuality or type. I don't know. I'm not gay, but I can imagine if I was a gay man, I would be really turned on to penises and like the V line, chiseled abs, nice men's butts.
Slow,
Ooh.
slow your roll.
What was that?
Slow your roll down there.
So, but I mean, like there's a certain thing that like you can't duplicate that with a woman.
I love a nice ass.
Yeah, I mean,
I really do.
you can wear a strap on, but you can't have a real penis. I mean, I guess it's
So
up to
should I
you.
even show up to this brunch?
I
Should
think
I
go
just
for it. Show up.
ghost him?
I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't go. I wouldn't want to hurt him.
I
And
love him. I don't want to hurt him.
got
Oh,
it.
it's a group thing? Is it
No,
more
it's
than
just
one person?
it's just her and him at a brunch, right?
Oh, well, then you gotta
Yeah,
go.
it's our first meeting at a brunch. It's like a
Mhm.
mimosa brunch or something that he recommended.
I mean,
You gotta go.
this is a little bit of a stretch, and I don't know. I don't. Maybe I shouldn't say this because I don't know if I want to offend anybody. But no. I was gonna say like you should go as a maybe you can
Drag
just
king?
be like a trans man.
Oh, a trans.
But I don't know. That maybe
Yeah, I
that
don't
might be
know.
too offensive to
This
the
sounds
trans
like a
community.
Marlon Wayans
Yes,
comedy.
totally. Or the reverse ladybugs. Rest in peace, Jonathan Brandis.
I don't want
Um,
to hurt him. I love him.
yeah, I mean,
I mean,
I get
I
it.
don't want to break his heart. I love him.
Yeah, you should definitely go and meet him and just be and like and just say what you want. I mean, maybe wear a flannel and some cargo pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. What would Diane? What would you do if the situation was reversed? If
I think I'd dress up as a man.
you dress up as a
me.
man?
Yeah.
Flannel and cargo pants.
I don't know. No, that's what a
You want
guy
this
would
to
wear.
go well.
I mean, no, I'm not saying to like, I don't know, just that was what came to mind if you were to dress as a man. I don't know,
Yeah.
like, because that's what
Go
I,
back to my drag king days.
yeah.
He's a gay man. What type of men does he like? Because
Oh,
there's some
that's right.
clothing, right?
There you go.
Well,
Have you talked about that at all, Chloe?
well, I mean, yeah, the pictures I posted, I would say like if I had to make a mood board, it would be like Miami Beach chic.
Oh,
Oh,
So,
okay.
a lot of fluorescents, bright colors, tank tops,
got it.
that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
you want to buy some Tommy Bahama clothing.
Yeah. Yeah, or well, I mean, Tommy
Okay,
Bahama's more
okay.
like for 40 or 50-year-old men with like the big flowy like linen style shirts and pants. I think she's picturing like more of like a Malibu 80s type of guy like with that
Burt Reynolds?
I don't know, with like the
Yes, yes,
yeah,
that's what he
the Burt
always
Reynolds.
called me, his
Oh,
Malibu Ken.
got
Aw.
it. Yeah,
Malibu
I
Ken.
don't know. Maybe just wear a tank top. No, Diane is not liking this at all. Yeah, I. Bottom
Diane,
line,
what should I do?
yeah,
You know people.
yes, she does.
Dress up in your best outfit that makes you look more manly.
Yeah, yeah, and then
Okay.
just tell them the truth.
Okay.
Tell them the truth. And just say I have a real connection, and I'll do whatever you want to make you happy. I wish we could
Yeah.
just continue to talk like how we were talking before, and maybe I like to think that the human sexuality is on a spectrum, and so like
That's a Kinsey too.
yeah,
Scale.
people they land someplace on it. They're like, there's 100%, Republican, straight, heterosexual, and then there's, on the other side, like gay, and then everybody just kind of like runs.
Why did you
Democrats
throw
are-
Republican in there?
Democrats are gay.
No.
There's plenty of
Just
gay
so straight.
Republicans.
There is.
No,
Sorry.
Madison Cawthorn, for
I'm
instance.
I'm just trying to do like the.
Why do you gotta bring politics into
I'm
this?
sorry.
Chet?
I am very sorry.
I just,
But-
I think you might be in luck because there are gay men who've been in relationships with women for hundreds
Really?
of years. Oh yeah, this has gone on. It went on before gay marriage. Sometimes it was just because of societal pressure. Sometimes because it's friendship and they want to share health insurance. Well, there's a lot of different reasons. But gay men sexually, most of them do anal sex, and you have one of those.
I totally do.
So, I mean, did he ever tell you if he was a top or a bottom? Did that type of terminology come up?
I mean, he talked about being versed, so I
Okay,
thought that was
yeah.
maybe good.
That means both.
Maybe you
But,
could put on a strap on.
Yeah. So verse means that he
Maybe you
likes.
could peg him.
Yeah, he likes to get. He
I
likes to give
would.
and receive. So you would peg him.
I mean, I like what you said about sexuality is a spectrum, and
Mhm.
maybe I just need to tell him to taste the rainbow.
There you go. Maybe he would be into it. I don't know.
You guys, you made me feel so much better. I will let you know how brunch goes.
I
guess.
would love
Okay,
to
we'd
hear
love to
that.
hear
I'd
that.
love to have you come back and tell
Please,
us.
I definitely want to know how it
Yeah,
goes.
yeah. Richard is really interested on this one, so
Yeah.
I
Well,
really appreciate you guys.
no problem. Thank you so much, Chloe. I hope we really helped you out. I'm excited for you, and I hope you have a good night and stay safe, sane, and consensual out there.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate you.
No problem.
Night.
Night.
Good night.
Night. Wow, I don't think we've ever had that situation, and it's sorry about the Republicans out there. I'm not saying that like all Republicans are straight. I'm just saying that the textbook type of anyway. So
Just
I'm just gonna stop.
Stop.
I've already dug my grave.
The one concern I have, well, beyond how it goes, because I really want to know how it goes, but we suggested a strap on, and we should have suggested like not on the first day. Don't wear the strap on.
No, definitely do not show up at brunch with a strap on.
No.
Yeah, that would be a little interesting.
No shirt, no shoes,
No strap on.
somewhere there's a strap on clause.
Yeah. Anyway, Wells, do we have anybody else coming in right now?
Yeah, we have Sam from Idaho, and Sam feels that his pet is shaming him for the number of sex partners that he has.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Hello, you're talking Sex Live with Chet and Diane. I'm Diane.
And I am Chet. And how are you doing tonight, my friend?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Well,
Okay.
it's a lie. It's a total sham. I'm not doing well. I'm
Okay.
sitting in a shame pool.
Okay. So you have dogs.
A husky.
A husky, just one
Nope,
husky.
just one.
Just one
A husky,
husky.
5 years old,
Okay.
that howls. Oh, whoa! Anytime I'm doing the dirty.
Okay. Is this causing problems for your
Your sex life?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Some people seem to have no problem with it. It is more of me. I feel like there's a deep shaming going on. My dog
Okay.
looks right into my soul while I am in the middle of the dirty deed, as I said before. And it's causing performance anxiety, and so I've just been the past 3 weeks abstinent.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, I'm glad that it's been just 3 weeks. I can imagine with a dog constantly howling while you're bringing people home and having sex. I think nobody would want to have sex. I don't know. Diane, if you were having sex with a guy and then a dog just started howling.
I would put the dog in the other room. Is the dog in the same room as you
Yeah, I mean,
guys?
can
That's
you
first-
not
that's
put,
my
do you have
first
not have a
question there.
kettle or
Yeah,
a
try to put the
backyard?
dog in the other room, he'll break through the door.
What
Put
about
him in the
Wow,
backyard,
that's a
backyard?
he'll
big
howl
dog.
louder.
Wow, okay. So it sounds like you have quite the attachment to this dog. Is that
Have you
right?
thought about feeding him a can of food and then running into the bedroom while he eats?
I've been through 5 different trainers. He knows exactly when I am going to be entangled in the dirty. And
Okay.
here's the thing. I keep referring it to the dirty because my mother once caught me in the act, and she said, "You will not do that dirty act anymore." And unfortunately, she passed away about 5 years, and I have inherited her dog.
Oh,
And that-
so you-
Dog that has been howling every time I do the dirty. And it feels like it's her eyes looking right into my soul saying, shame, shame on you.
got
How
it.
dare you have relations that are sexual, that are dirty.
Yeah, but I gotta ask, how many partners are you having coming through, or is it something that it's just like once a month, or is it? It seems like you were very regular with different partners, and then all of a sudden the dog came into your life, and now you've been abstinent for 3 weeks. Because, I mean, Wells, if you haven't had sex in 3 weeks, would you call that being abstinent, or is that just
No.
typical Wells?
Yes, abstinent.
Yeah. Well,
For me.
Would not classify it as that. No.
So, I mean, with sexuality, I feel there's no norm. It's just however you feel. And so, but you got to
my
understand, there's other people out there who have had that's perfectly fine, 3 weeks without having sex. It just seems like this dog, you need to figure out the best way to distract it or put it up in some type of kennel, or I mean, man, dogs are tough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, have
I
you
mean,
lot more
thought
work than
about
cats.
that it could actually be my mother's spirit reincarnated in the dog?
if you
But
want to
wasn't the
think
dog
that,
alive when your mother was alive?
yeah,
So
no,
how would
it was
that
the
work?
mother's dog. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I
Her-
once had a family that tried to.
Her spirit must have hopped bodies then.
Or like
Does
it's
You ever
Does
seen
the
an
dog give you
Chet?
any like commands? Does the dog tell you to do things?
No.
okay.
Okay.
Dog
Could
just barks
be-
whenever I'm doing the dirty.
Okay, I'm just ruling out like a Son of Sam type scenario.
It could be a Dybbuk.
A Dybbuk. I was thinking of a Horcrux. What's a Dybbuk there, Wells?
It's from Jewish
We are
folklore.
not- But,
It's the
I
spirit of
have
a-
considered that option.
Okay, Wells, do you want to explain this? The spirit of a of a
It's
dead
a spirit
person?
of a dead person that attaches itself onto a host until it's accomplished its goal.
No.
Got it. So I guess the goal is that your mother doesn't want you
Me
to
not
have
having
sex.
So
So let's dive a little bit deeper into this. So does your mother, did she know that you had a lot of sex? Because I mean, it seems like going 3 weeks without sex that you must be having a lot of partners. Is that correct?
yes, I mean, to get deeper into that whole can of tuna worms, I began having a lot of sex after my mother died because she
Oh,
was
okay.
not near.
So before she
Put
died, you
her
didn't have a lot of
watchful
sex.
eye.
Is that right?
I
Before?
did, but it was more out in the world, not back at my home.
Oh, wait. So did you live with your mother?
Well, I had a separate entrance into the basement.
Oh,
I had
you
my
lived in your
own.
mother's basement. So
I had
she
my own
passed away.
entrance.
So it's not like she passed away and then you just gave her your dog. You were living in her house and she passed away. Now the whole house is yours and the dog along with it. Is
Yes,
that right?
and the dog was hers.
Got,
Yes.
yeah, it makes sense.
Okay.
So,
Have you ever thought about going to your partner's house and having sex there?
yeah, that's a great idea.
Because I don't know about
Yeah.
you, but it's something
Yeah.
I think I'd do.
Yeah, I think if I was out at like a bar and I met a woman just being like, hey, you want to come back to my place? I have a dog that's going to bark the whole fucking time while we have sex. I think that would be an instant turnoff. No girl would want to do that. So, I don't know. Go ahead and answer
Well,
the
of course,
question.
the dog has separation anxiety too. So leaving the house for long periods of time hard. But here's the clincher. It's more about I feel like she's watching me from beyond the grave, and her spirit is in this dog, and now I am just immobilized. Like I said, a pool of shame.
Okay. Are you a religious person?
I am not.
Okay. You just.
I'm excommunicated from the church by my own doing.
So Jehovah Witness or
Just Catholic,
LDS?
so excommunicated was
I didn't know what he
Catholic. So
Catholic.
excommunicated was, yeah,
I didn't know
my
a
own
Catholic
choosing
could.
of word.
Oh, you're just saying that you just excommunicated on
I've
your own. You just stopped.
excommunicated myself. I've
Got it,
extricated myself.
Because, yeah, I mean, excommunicate is something that the JWs do, right?
No, just
Diane?
fellowship.
Disfellowship,
LDS.
sorry. And the LDS, yeah. So I guess they have different terms, kind of same
And the
terminology.
Scientologists.
Yeah, that is correct. So, but you're Catholic, so I don't know. I mean, is souls of people being attached to animals, is that something that you believe from your Catholic upbringing, or is that just something that you want to believe for?
It's something I never considered until this dog joined my life.
Anything else going on with the dog?
I've looked into the occult.
You just want to, I don't know. I mean, Catholics are big into exorcisms. Have you ever thought about going down that route?
I have considered it.
Okay.
I think you should view this as an opportunity.
Yeah. Go ahead, Dick. What's up?
Well, okay, because I've had a hookup where a guy brought his dog into my place, and the dog hopped on the bed while we hopped on the bed. So that was, I've had some experience in this realm, and it was okay. But for your perspective of feeling shame about your mom when she was alive and she made you feel bad, and now she's in the dog, this is your opportunity to have sex directly in front of your mom.
Yeah.
And she can't do anything about it.
Yeah, just like totally looking at you and just being like, yeah. You like that? You like that, Mom? Yeah.
Yuck.
I'm doing it. I don't know. Is that too much? Would you not want to do that?
Hell no.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually intrigued by this because it even started when I was a child when she caught me masturbating. And just shame. You're not supposed, that's dirty.
That's,
and
it's
so,
the Catholic life right there.
My sex life picked up when she died. And now I feel like she's back, but yeah, this is my opportunity possibly to confront that and say, hey, husky mom, no more.
That's right. I mean, what is husky mom going to do about it? Nothing. You are
nothing.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
maybe I'll howl with the dog. and incorporate it. Oh.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about dating another person with a dog, and
Yeah.
maybe those two dogs can occupy each
that's
other while
brilliant.
you both get busy?
Yeah, just having a dog, like someone who's really into dogs, just like loving the dog.
Like a prostitute dog? Like get the dog a prostitute?
What?
What?
Yeah, I
Did
mean,
you hear
any
what
of
I
the people
said?
I've had over are prostitutes. So,
Oh my god.
I mean,
So,
Okay, there must be a prostitute dog service.
no, I mean, how about you meet women at dog parks? Just bring the dog to a dog park. I mean, that's a place where people meet. Or like like here's your dog, here's my dog, and you start chatting while their dogs are
It's a
playing.
good place to meet.
Yeah, I mean, I've never done it because I don't have a dog, but I've heard that it is fantastic, and so maybe even here's an idea. Maybe that your husky's going to meet up with another dog, and then you can have the dogs play together while you have sex.
I said that like 2 minutes ago.
And
didn't
I was not listening.
That's what I meant by the prostitute dog.
Oh God!
Don't listen to
I'm
the
sorry.
female. Never.
It's all right. I have a producer hat, so Wells does some of the producing. I do some of the other producing, and it's sometimes my mind slips over to the producer hat. So I got a great idea. You should get another dog, and that dog will occupy your dog. I'm brilliant. And Diane is moving out tonight. She's going over to her mom's.
Ex-girlfriends.
Yes, ex-girlfriend's
oh, don't
house.
bring up moms.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, like if the dogs have sex, then you can make mom husky dog feel guilty about that. You can manipulate this.
I could shame her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if the dog was fucking and then she's like, you know what, you're gonna have sex now, mom. I mean, is dad involved? Is your dad passed away as well, or?
He ran out on us.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if like he passed away, then maybe there's some type of Horcrux or whatever Wells said for the Jewish word for that, and then you can just bring that object into the room, and then they can have. Then maybe the dog would start humping that object, and then you could make your mom happy again. Does that make sense? No.
Yeah, I never made her happy when I was alive, so maybe I need to make her happy when she's dead.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Well.
So, I mean, those are some viable options that we got there. So, yeah, we've had sex with
Our cat's staring
cats
at us, and
just
that's
like on
kind
the
of creepy.
bed, and they're just kind of going like this, like bobbing back and forth, and just like staring at us.
They're like,
Yeah. What are you doing there? Yeah. And then we're just
When
like,
were they bobbing?
oh, well, the whole bed shakes. So it's just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
until we got that Tempur-Pedic mattress, and
That's
then they're
right.
just like super still and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, they kind of like, what are you guys doing?
He's hurting her. He's hurting her.
He's hurting her. She's making noises. I don't know. They don't usually intervene, but definitely don't howl the whole time. That's a little.
But they do stare a little intently.
Yeah,
That's a little much.
yeah. So, I guess you have some type of plan of action there. We went in a whole lot of different directions there and gave you a lot of options, but I hope you came to some type of conclusion there. How are you doing tonight, my friend?
Me?
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out where you're at right now, so that we.
Well, I have a lot to process here. I really like turning the shame back on my mother and saying, yeah, I can pay for sex, and you might have to watch me,
Oh, wow. I'm going to go that route. Okay. All right. Well, I hope we helped you out and pointed you in the right direction. Please have a good night and stay safe, sane, and consensual.
Good night.
Good night.
You too.
Oh. Wow. Okay. Guys, have you had sex with in front of animals before?
Yep.
All
Guy
right.
brought his dog. Dog hopped on the bed. It's a small dog, tiny little dog. You can fit everywhere.
I mean, did he start to get riled up if he was did you think you were hurt or anything like that, or?
No, I mean, animals have, like, when you hug your partner or whatever, like
Mhm.
sometimes animals get jealous. This dog was just more like excited and interested.
Mm-hmm.
Part of me wondered what was going through its head.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if it was a female dog or a male dog, but like it just seemed like this is a thing. I have a feeling that he brings the dog everywhere,
Ah,
Oh.
right?
Yeah.
And so the dog's like, "Oh, this is just part of life." And then in 90 minutes, I'm gonna get kibble.
yeah. I mean, I feel like dogs, they don't really care. I mean, they kind of protect their masters. They are definitely sympathy dogs. Like if they can sense like when someone's hurt, not all dogs, but some. But like I when they're having sex, it's not like I feel like they just know, and they're just like, you know what, they're not hurt, nothing's going on. They're just gonna go ahead and do their thing. I don't know, give them the prizes. I don't know. What about you, Wells?
Yeah, I've had sex in front of dogs.
Yeah. Well, what's their opinion there? What do they do?
They were pretty chill about it.
Yeah.
They just stayed where they were. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's like
I think it's like the
nothing but
one thing that dogs truly understand without having to be taught.
yeah, it totally is. It's weird. They just like sit there and they're just like, cool. All right, we're just gonna like. I understand. Like I don't have any balls anymore, and I used to do that, but I'm cool.
You just humped a stuffed animal.
Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was fun. We had a lot of good topics tonight. Stuff that we haven't covered before, but we're gonna go ahead and end it there. And I really hope that everybody has a good night. And give us a like or some type of review if you're listening to podcast right now, or if you're watching this on YouTube. Give us a like or a follow on whatever type of platform or streaming service that you may be listening to this. We're gonna end it right now. Please have a good night and stay safe, sane, and consensual. Good night, everybody.